Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
A win nonetheless, AJ. I mean, despite the fact that this was a rain-curtailed game, you can say whatever, but a win will boost India's confidence.
Oh, certainly they will, because, don't forget, we may be big fans of this team, but, you haven't had a great run at the moment. Yeah. At that Asia Cup, the last end of it was not what you expected. Then that first game. So win is something that really helps, no matter whether it's an 8-over game or a full game. And India would be happy with that score. And the biggest happiness that will come out of that game is, I think, Rohit Sharma's knock, like you said. Yeah. He was back to his fluent best and no aggressive, it is an aggressive approach, and when he bats, it doesn't seem like that he's trying to make that kind of an effort to get to that strike rate. This is rare. We don't see that very often, 20 balls, 46 from him. But what we see is when he gets 40, 50, 60 balls, he gets to that 100, 80, 90. And the importance of having Rohit Sharma play through the innings was, shown today by himself. And I like this Rohit Sharma rather than that whole going, after the bowling. Yeah. This is also going after the bowling. Why Rohit Sharma was superior than other players was because of this, that he can strike the ball much better than everyone else without taking the risk.
That is true.
And, I'm so glad to see him back in this kind of form with that 70 that he had the other day. Now with this scores, things are looking better from his point of view.
They are, yes, Joy. And especially the one thing that AJ mentioned is so correct. I mean, this time around, it didn't seem like Rohit Sharma was going for everything. And yet you had that strike rate of 230.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the genius of a batsman who has a kind of timing. And when people talked about Rohit Sharma early in his career, even when the runs had not come, they always spoke about the amount of time he had to make decisions. Yeah. And that sort of suffers when he's trying to force the pace. I mean, the classic example for me was that last ball of the 7th over. Because, the difference between 13 in the last over and 9 in the last over is a lot. Psychologically, there's a lot of difference. And it was a slow one. He had all the time in the world. He literally could see both the fielders and he picked his gap. When do you pick a gap like that? When you're not trying to slog unnecessarily or waiting for the ball to come to you and deciding where to place it. That's what happens to when Rohit Sharma has the confidence to just trust in his own timing and trust in the fact that he has so much more time than other people. Yeah. And this Rohit is the Rohit. So this is for me the Mumbai Indians resurgence. Bumrah performs, Rohit performs, all is well with the team.
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians long way, Joy.
Yeah, but I mean, especially the fact that with wickets going around him, wickets were falling at the other end, and yet Rohit Sharma never seemed to want to slog, as Joy said. He always seemed in control. He was still picking his areas. He knew he was very much in control of the things.
I think he timed it pretty well because when you look at that, you think it's 20 balls, 46. He must have, smashed. Yes, he smashed people. First over, he had 2 sixes, so he got that big start. Then he paced his inning. This is what, when you're a player of quality, what is the difference between, they're all good players, but there are certain players who have only one gear, right? So either they can, keep going. And then the great players do this. They, look at the road, yahan gadde hain. They slow down, get past those gaddas. Then when it opens up, then you put your accelerator on your foot on the accelerator. And then when you need to slow down, you can slow down. So you've got to, when you have the control of an innings, that is the difference between a good player and a great player. And he is one of our great players. That is true. And that is why when every time we saw him, try and attack or, be offensive or, have this positive mindset, it worries you because that's for some people who don't have this kind of ability. Yeah. And this is not a young man. He's been around for 10, 12, 15 years. And he's shown everyone else how to, go about. So when we were hearing it from him, that was the scary part. But I hope, this is the right time. Things are settling down. And a win will make a big difference. Yeah. And, in that win now, you've got everything. Now you've got a finisher coming in and finishing it off as well. So that has also worked out for him. So things that he's wanting to do, because these are calls that he's made. He's brought Ashwin back. He's brought DK back. For those things also to succeed are very important because it plays on his mind. Because he's making those calls. And plus he had to worry about his own batting. So his batting's come good. All the calls that he's made have also all come good. So this win, maybe an 8-over win like you said, but it will make a very big positive impact. And now they can go back into their own space and feel comfortable and confident, say, this is how we want to play. Because one is to say this is how we want to play and you're not sure and you're going here and there every time. One is to say this is how we want to play, whether you win, whether you lose, you should be doing that. But unfortunately, we were seeing that up and down.
Correct.
And now that they won, I think it'll allow them to do that.